Good Tuesday morning. It's the 30th of April, last day of April. We didn't get any snow this weekend like they promised us. Yay! Nervous habit. Anyway, not much to talk about. Like I said yesterday, High Bank Bill went to watch Trans Am racing. Lucky bastard. Doesn't matter how many cars were there, you got to go watch some Trans Am racing. Feel lucky, because we don't get that everywhere. We're gonna load up the Stenod page and things go dark. And even my background is dark. Maybe I ought to go back to that other page I was on, because it's brighter. But it's not pouring. Not this early in the morning anyway. Actually with no grip, seeing what they got going on. Made a comment in their GTP hot lap challenge thing that they got going on over there, just to see maybe about getting involved in that a little bit. But they're running on a server or something. To me, that's online racing then. I don't know. I made a post. We'll see what happens with that. Isn't it funny when I started this whole vlog thing that the second post was a 20-minute marathon, and yesterday I don't think I did 3 whole minutes. Running out of things to talk about, or my brain isn't thinking of it, or nothing exciting is happening. I will say to Mick and Pantalica, you guys need to post videos of outside the cars. If you watch this vlog, I want to see how you're getting into the corners. I want to see how you're braking. I mean, from inside the car you can see how you're braking, but I want to see how deep you're getting into the corners, because I really can't tell from the inside the car view. For me, I actually have to see the outside the car view, and it's easier for me to tell where you're getting in the gas, where you're getting off the gas, as an point of reference for me, because the GTP cars, most of the tracks I can't drive from inside of the car. I have to actually drive from what's called the top of the car, because my eyes are having a hard time adjusting. I have new glasses coming, so hopefully that helps a little bit. But we'll see how that works out. But I like seeing where you guys are getting in and out of the corners, so I can figure out where I'm not keeping up with you guys. I don't expect to be as fast as everybody, but I at least expect to be able to keep up. I also made a post in the Hot Lappers Lounge about cutting the number of laps that we do. And I'm not saying what you guys do wrong, but I generally think it's like, it's not supposed to be a competition, so go run 10 laps, get your best speed, and call it done. That's kind of what a lot of us do, is just do. I got another hair in my eye, or in my glasses. And call it good. And I mean, I could go out there and run 50 laps and try to get this fastest lap possible, but I go out there, I don't generally, unless the setups are really messed up, I generally don't mess with the setup, unless it's one I make, for oval track, because I can make them. Maybe made them for 15 years. Is making oval track setups is relatively easy, and how to fix them and make them faster. Takes a couple clicks for me, but on road courses it takes a little bit more. I usually have to pull out my cheat sheet. And there's the other one on this piece of cardboard. I've had this probably, well, Brian Ring's information is on this. That tells you how long his server information is on this. It tells you how long I've had this glued to this side. This has probably been glued probably a few months short, well, a few months to probably a year or two later, because it's an R Factor thing. So that came out in 2007, so it was probably 3 years. But I told you guys, I kept, in some kind of post, I said I keep this stuff handy. There it is. It's right there. And you can tell how old that is, how wrinkled up that is. And it's been beat to death. There's IP information all over it for old servers I used to go to. And I keep it right there. right where I can get at it. It's away. Under here, I'm not gonna believe this. I don't talk about that this much, but this is my book for sim racing setups, and it's relatively thick. This has got setup information on ASR and ASR and ARCA. ASR is ARCA sim racing, and NSR, NASCAR sim racing for EA Sports. Also has, here's my one on cardboard for R Factor setups for stock cars. That's it exists and makes learning how to do a setup in R Factor on an oval car actually makes the car drivable, and that's my cheat sheet. It's very similar to the other one, but it's a little different. I've got a whole section here written by the great Brian Ring on how to do setups in R Factor for oval racing. And here on the back of this one, there's a car, two cars, and you guys, that's the night I've never seen, but I don't know how good you can see that, but that is my Newcastle Brownout car, and that's my Spam car. And then it's a Taco John car, which I think you've all seen. But this one's a rare one. I only used it for a couple of races, and this is actually when I had a demo of 3D Sim, or not 3D Sim, 3D, the rendering program, and that's actually an actual render. That's not Zmod. But there you go. See. And that's kept under my desk in a secret stash place that, unless you're looking for it, no, I can't get it back up in there, right? There it goes. But that's how I do my setup so quickly when I use all kinds of cheats. I have the information available to me. It's right here. It's not hidden anywhere. Well, hidden, but not hidden in me. I know where it's at. That's how I, tendency. But generally when we do these hot laps, I don't mess with the setups unless it's really, really bad. I'll just take the fast or the default in R Factor and GTL and GTR2 and just run what's there and do the best I can. Unless it's really, really bad. Some of these the Mazda MX-5s that we've been running, I've not hit 6th gear. So I'm thinking the base setup for that is off a little bit, and I might mess with it a little bit to even get the 6th gear, so you can get an extra 10, 15 mile an hour out of them. But other than that, I don't go crazy over these hot laps. I do my 10 laps, sometimes less, depending on the length of the road course, like the Sandy Flats thing we just did. I think I did 6 and I was dead. I think I said that already in another blog after we did that. But guys who are watching this who don't go to Sonat, we are now adding GTL to the list. We did Mazdas yesterday, add-on mod Mazdas from Brickyard Legends. Great mod. I love the old Mazda, the 70s, the mid 70s Mazda. One of my all-time favorite cars, along with the Datsun 280Z. I just love those little wedge cars, small car, big engine, lots of fun to drive. I had an 82 Sunbird back in the day, and it had a 302 in it. That was the last of the rear wheel drive of that. Everything went front wheel drive in 83, and that was the last of the rear wheel drive cars. And it was the car was a lot of fun to drive. A lot of people didn't realize it had a lot of balls. It really did. I would blow away everything. It was a light car. The 302 was basically the same engine they were putting in Camaros at the time. Think about that. Half the size of the car, same engine. No air conditioning, of course, because there was no room for it. Unfortunately, it was an automatic. That was its only drawback. But it was a fun car to drive, needless to say. Anyway, come join us at tonight. We're adding more R Factor and more GTL. I'm hoping he puts up a GTR2 here. Hint, 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 hint. Big hint, big hint. Start dropping one of those a week. Basic mods. Start with the basic stuff. She's over there complaining about the game she's playing. I hope and not me. Hint, hint, hint. Basic GTR2. Just once a week. Twice a week for GT. I know I'm telling you what to do again, Bill. Sorry. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.